All right, going live in three, two, one. Well, this is No Limits with Amanda. We're up to episode number 16. How are you doing this evening, Amanda?
I'm doing really well. I was actually just eating really good Chinese food. So, they kind of made my week. It was really good. Do you like Chinese food, Zoom?
I do. I've not had it in a long time though, so I'm not sure. Certain kinds of food I'm not able to eat. So, but I'm what does the food contain? I can tell you if I'd be able to eat it or not.
Oh, I usually just get steamed vegetables with like tofu.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'd probably be able to eat that. So
Mhm.
I have not. Yeah, I've not had that for a while. Tofu. What does that taste like? I'm trying to remember. Is that what is it? I don't remember if I've had that any time recently. I think maybe the most recent time I've had that was probably about maybe 15 years ago. I'm guessing. So
Probably. It's white and firm and it really doesn't taste like anything by itself. It tastes like whatever kind of sauce you put on it, or like if you put it in soup, which is how I had it, it tastes like the soup basically. It's like very neutral.
oh, okay. Uh, I can't remember if I liked it or not. I think I'm trying to remember. I was over at my sister's house and she was just having me over with her husband, and I think we were just she was decided to make something different, and that's something we don't usually eat. So it was just tofu and some other things. I think I don't remember. It's been a while. I have to ask her. I don't remember if I liked it or not. So.
Hmm. Well, let me know when you find out.
Now you're are you getting hit by this storm that's coming through? The one that's coming through right now, the big winter storm.
No, I think we're just supposed to get rain.
Oh,
They
okay.
were saying yesterday was like 60 degrees. It was like a shock. I couldn't believe how warm it was. It was so nice. We made sure we got to the park. Oh yeah, actually it does. It says 12 a.m. We're gonna get a mix of snow and rain.
Because
Winter weather. Look at me. I don't even know anything that's going on.
yeah,
Weather advisory from 10 p.m. until tomorrow 10 a.m.
yeah. The I had heard that parts of New York north of where you're located, the Hudson Valley area, were going to get possibly up to a foot of snow, which surprised me. So that's why I wasn't sure if you're affected by that or not. So the
Wow, look at that.
and yeah, you same as you. Yesterday we got temperatures like 75 degrees here in DC, and I had to turn the air conditioning on for the first time in a long time. And today the temperature only got to like maybe 38 degrees at the most. So it was really bizarre. Just really warm to like I had to turn the heaters on today. It was just how the difference in temperature was just amazing. So
Mhm.
yeah. Are you affected by the now if you, I'm not sure if you heard about this, the cat food and dog food shortage that's been going on right now?
No, I had no idea about that either.
Yeah, it's something it's something that I was not aware of until recently when I was trying to get some food shopping done. There was no they were very short on cat food, and I have two cats, of course, and there was hardly any cat food at the supermarket. So I went online to an online place, and I called them up and I wanted to get some cat food from them, and they said, yeah, there's a shortage right now for canned food. So if you have a cat or a dog, there's a very good chance that you're going to have a hard time finding canned food for your pets right now. And
Wow, good thing my dog eats hard food out of like a big bag, so I think we're good.
oh, okay, maybe that's why you didn't know about it. So, uh, I,
Yeah.
um, she said I looked on the news and different news articles were giving contradictory, or maybe not contradictory, but basically they were kind of guessing because they were like trying to figure out why there was a shortage. Some said it was because of COVID, others said it was because of COVID and because people had bought pets during during their stay at home. So now there are too many pets at home, and that was causing the shortage, which seemed like they were trying to just guess. They weren't saying it was absolutely the reason. Others were something to do with the ingredients that go into the pet food, both cat and dog food, that was causing the problem. Others were saying it was the importation of canned goods from outside the country was causing the problem. So I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. Um, I do know that the place where I go online, I was able to get about 180 cans of cat food, so I'm good for the next couple of months. So
Oh, perfect. Listen, it's just like the beginning of the pandemic with the toilet paper, right? Everybody was like
yeah.
going crazy for the toilet paper and the paper towels.
And supposedly there's another toilet paper rush too. So that's also in decline supposedly in certain areas as well. I'm not sure about that one. So I don't, I always keep a big supply on hand. So I don't have to worry about that. So,
Good. So I don't know if I told you or if anybody here knows, I live upstairs from my mother-in-law in like in an apartment. And my mother-in-law has so much toilet paper that this whole house never has to worry. She goes to Costco, gets all the toilet paper, and she loves Costco's paper towels. Like I understand why the quality of their paper towels are really, really good.
Yeah.
So we always have plenty of paper towels and toilet paper in this house. Oh, and laundry detergent. We always have tons of laundry detergent.
That's good to know. The what? Oh, go ahead. Were you going to say something else?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you ever run out, you can always come right here. We can
Oh.
help you out.
One thing I found interesting 2 years ago when there was that big toilet paper shortage, when the whole pandemic thing started, was when I was at the supermarket. Like people seemed the aisle was completely barren of toilet paper, as well as pretty much all paper towels. And I looked over and it was like just on the same aisle there was still a lot of tissue paper, like boxes of tissue paper. I was like nobody was touching that. I was like, oh, that's obviously just the same. All I did was just bought several boxes of tissue paper and used that instead of toilet paper. It works just as good. I couldn't figure out why there was so much tissue paper but not toilet. It seemed to me like it was the very obvious solution to the problem. Just buying that. No one else seemed to. I couldn't figure out why no one was buying it. That's all.
Wow, you know what? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And my first thought was when I looked down the aisle and I saw there was no toilet paper and virtually no paper towels. My thought was, are people using paper towels, which would clog up your toilet pretty badly? I would think. I don't know. So
Oh yeah.
I
Mhm.
was, especially if you have like me, like I have a septic system, so it's like it's not like a public waters, so I have to make sure mine stays clear all the way. But I just anyway, the whole idea is like, does anyone just it just seems like the simple solution to me. Just if you don't see something, toilet paper, just go for the tissue paper. And I'm just saying it because there was an overabundance of tissue paper when I was there that day. So and I don't know, it's just one of those weird things. So
Mhm. We all needed you in our supermarket then. You could help us all out.
So before we go too far, if anyone wants to help support what we're doing, we have an affiliate link in the description below for NordVPN. That's I've used it in the past, and it's a very good service. If you'd like to hide your identity, hide your location, or hide your, or if you're looking to maybe stream TV services from different parts of the world that would normally be blocked, several people have said that works pretty well for that. The service. It is. I remember. I don't remember the exact discount, but I believe it's more than half off. But not quite a third, I believe. So you're getting a nice rate for the service. And if you decide to get the service, that would help support what we're doing, and we really appreciate that. And also, Amanda, your links are in the description and below as well. So, if there's anything you'd like to promote with that, we don't usually do that, but I thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if anybody's enjoying the conversation with myself in Zoom, feel free to follow me on social media. We're going to talk a little bit this evening about meditation. So, I'm also, as well as a host and an actress, I'm also a certified nutrition coach and yoga teacher. So, if anybody's interested in working together or looking for any health and wellness tips, please do feel free to check out my website. I believe, Zoom, that the link to the website is in the descriptor as well. Yeah, and anybody who you could go hop right onto the YouTube channel and get a few great health and wellness tips. And there's also a few recipes for whole food focused meals that are really simple, fun, and delicious to make.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. All of her links are in there. There's several links. I got her Instagram account, Facebook, your website, as well as your YouTube channel, which is was it Nourish Your Soul Wellness, and
Mhm.
also there's a link in there that has everything basically in one spot, like an all-in-one link where you can get everything as well. So cool.
Mhm. Thank you, Zoom.
And before also, let's see, before we go too far, let's go ahead and check our question from last week. It was about pizza toppings, kind of a random question, but I think we got a pretty decent response on this one. What is your favorite pizza topping? 62% overwhelmingly with pepperoni, 22% with cheese. Then we got a three-way tie with vegetables, sausage, and your choice at 5%.
Hmm.
And let's see what we got here. Okay, jalapenos. That's a pretty good one. Hold on a second. Let me bring up my
But
little.
spicy pizza. I never had spicy pizza.
I've never had that either. Let's see. See. I'm not sure what that is. Sambal Tompang. I'm not sure what that is.
Let's look it up.
Let's see. Sambal. Is it showing it? Or
Sambal.
bring up my myself.
Pumpang. Oh, let's see.
Let's see what we got here. I'll put it over here.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Indonesian.
here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, Indonesian.
Oh, it looks pretty good. So cool. Okay, thanks
Oh,
for that.
it's tempeh.
Tempeh.
So it's kind of like what I was eating, bean curd.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. That's a pizza. Is that actually? It looks like it's.
It says tempeh and chili paste, so it must be spicy.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Alrighty. That's an interesting one. I've never tried. I would be interested to try it. Let's see. Next down, we got pepperoni sausage and meatballs. I've never had meatballs on a pizza, but I have had meatball sub sandwiches that have like pizza type qualities to them. So,
Yeah, so like a sub would have the sauce and the mozzarella cheese, right? So
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Train Boy 00 says pepperoni sausage and oh wait, I'm sorry, that's the same one. Joe Mama says pepperoni bacon sausage.
Mm.
Yeah, we talked about pineapple on pizza. Uh, mushrooms, yes, mushrooms pretty good. Tikka. Okay, I'm not sure what tikka is. So pepperoni and jalapenos. I can go with many varieties myself. Vegetables with meat sounds okay. Sometimes I get to eat pizza with cheese and mushrooms, mushroom topping on. Okay. See sausage, aka sosig. I'm not sure what that means. So, most people like pepperoni, and I'm not the exception. However, there's a place in my town that makes a really good buffalo chicken pizza. That's what
My husband loves that, the buffalo chicken pizza.
we got here. Look, look up Genova's Pizza in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Thank
Mm.
so, I'm not sure what this says right there, but I hope it says something good. Kiss Best Fan. I'm guessing it's bacon. Uh,
Mhm.
the true Napoleon. True. Was that?
Neapolitan margarita pizza.
Oh, okay. Okay. Have you ever tried that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I've had margarita pizza. It's like fresh mozzarella cheese with sauce and basil, I think. It's really
Oh,
good.
okay. Only ketchup. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Red pizza with ketchup. Pizza with mushroom, pepperoni, cheese, and sausage. I hate pineapple in general. I can't even imagine on my pizza. Pineapple again. Whoever votes for pineapple, if there was one on this poll, I is effing psychopath. Okay. Uh,
Really doesn't like pineapple.
let's see. Cheese. Let's see. Sausage and pepperoni, supreme pizza, sausage and olives combo, sausage, pepperoni, cheese, pineapple, and ham. Portuguese pizza is favorite. Interesting. Wonder what the difference
Mm.
would be with Portuguese. Uh, I like my pizza with pineapple, ham, hot peppers, and pepperoni. Don't judge me. Let's see.
No judgment here, ever.
Let's see.
All pizza is good pizza, right?
Yep. Yep. A little conversation. I won't read the whole conversation there. Pineapple again. Let's see what the reply is. A lot of people like pineapple and they give it a thumbs up too. So there are people that don't like it, but it seems like more in the comments, it seems to be more popular than less popular. So
Mm-hmm.
pizza with cheese. That was OD saying pizza with cheese, but the Brazilian style, you have a huge amount of cheese, cream cheese, cheddar, chicken, bacon, Parmesan, and Doritos. If you come to Brazil one day, you should definitely try it. You will love it. Okay, cool.
Mm.
And pizza with what's that word?
Champiñones.
Vignones. Interesting. Wonder what that is. But it looks like little savory symbols there too. So he must really like it. So I'm curious. I want to see what that
Let's see.
is.
Oh, the mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms. Okay. Okay. Cool.
And the tikka before. So tikka is an Indian dish of small pieces of meat or vegetables marinated in a spice mixture.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks for looking up. Yeah, I should have paused on that one, but yeah, thank you. Thanks for bringing it up there. Well, that's a nice, good response on that. Let me bring this over here. All right. So, anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I would happy to see so many responses, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, thanks everybody for participating. And that was the question was kind of random because we weren't sure what to ask. I just happened to see a pizza commercial when we were doing our show last time. So
Worked out perfectly.
yes, nice response. It was like 2,000 votes, so it's pretty good. Alrighty, so for today's show, you want to focus, you want the question to be more about meditation, right?
Yes. So I was wondering if any of our viewers or listeners have an established meditation practice, or if they would like to start a meditation practice.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Do you think we could word that so it's a little
Okay. So
like kind of short? I think might
yeah, I
be.
guess like do you meditate?
Do you meditate? Okay. And is that M-A-T? Hold on a second. T-A-T-E. There we go. Did I got it right?
MED. Yep. You
And
got it.
did you want to add something to that as far as
No, because I think that in the answers we could probably differentiate.
okay, and maybe like leave a comment or something?
Yes, we could do like a yes, a no, and I don't, but I want to start.
Okay, but I mean, as far at the initial question, like maybe leave a comment like right here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay, cool. So we'll do down here. We go yes, no. What was that other one you said?
I don't, but I would love to start,
You don't. Okay,
but would like to start.
but I'd like to start. Don't, but I'd like to start. Okay. And
The other one I was thinking maybe I don't have time for that.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna spell this here. Give me 1 second. There you go. I don't have time for that. Okay. Okay. Proofread it. Meditate. Leave a comment. Yes, no. I don't. But I'd like to start. I don't have time for that. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's good. What do you think? Can
Yeah.
you think of anything else?
No, I think we covered all the bases there. That'd be good. So, all right, cool. I'm going to post that. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Cool. All right, we'll come back to that later on. All right. We got Desenhaus 3.0 playthrough said hello. Hello, Desenhaus. How are you doing today?
Hi, Desenhaus.
There we go. Back down. Alrighty. So now I guess you should lead with what we're going to discuss as far as meditation goes. How would you like to start our conversation with this?
I don't know. I guess basically just kind of hopping right in because a few weeks ago, Zoom and I had started to just kind of talk very quickly about meditation, and we were talking about how another one of the hosts presented a little segment on meditation, and we were both kind of a little interested in learning a little bit more about it. So I figured, why not chat about it? So I guess can I just start Zoom, or did you have questions before I start?
Why don't you give a like a little summary, I guess, and we can go from there and see where it branches off. I think that's the best way to start this.
Okay, perfect. So I think that there are a few misconceptions about what meditation is and like the point of it. I feel like so many people that I know will say once they find out that I'm a yoga and a meditation teacher and a mindfulness teacher, they'll say to me, "Oh, so you meditate? Oh, I can't." They'll say, "I can't do that. I can't quiet my mind. I can't sit that long. I can't do that." And you know what? I think that what people don't realize is that the point of it is not to actually quiet your mind. The point of it is that it's a practice. It's not a perfect. And literally to just sit and you become like an observer of your thoughts. So the actual definition of meditation, I looked this up on Wikipedia. So I'm going to quote Wikipedia. It's not my definition.
Oh goodness, when I was a teacher, I would flunk my students for using Wikipedia. So
All right. So forget it. So I have another definition if you don't want me to use Wikipedia.
You can use it. I always say if you take what's on Wikipedia very cautious. Wikipedia is not a source of anything. It's a jumping off point of sorts. So it's not a place to go to get answers. It's a place to find where the answers are located to go to find the actual information. So that's what I always tell people about Wikipedia. So
Okay. I also have a Merriam-Webster
okay, whatever you
definition,
want
if
to
you
use.
want me to go with that one.
Okay, whichever you like to use, it's fine. So
Okay, so we'll go with that one then. Meditation, the point is to engage in mental exercise such as concentration, or like you can do it on one's breathing or repetition of a mantra for the purpose of reaching a heightened level of spiritual awareness. Oof, that was one. And
okay,
then the Wikipedia one was, it can be defined as a practice in which an individual uses a technique. So, for example, mindfulness or focusing on a particular object, thought, or activity to train attention, awareness, and achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm and stable state. So, both pretty much make sense, right? So, I feel like it's important to define it because like what I was saying before, unfortunately, there's a lot of like different connotations about what meditation is and what it should be. And I think that the shoulds and the expectations around it make it so that people maybe are a little bit intimidated by it and don't want to do it. Like I personally, before I started meditating, didn't believe that there would be any benefits.
hmm.
And I was um, surprisingly uh, amazed at
I mean,
how much it helped my life.
oh, okay. Oh, well, I gotta tell you that I hear meditation. My first thought is New Age. You get people that say that, like New Age, uh, kind of.
Yes. Yeah, and then, like, I get, like, hippie, like, you're a hippie. That's what the hippies do, and then, like, I get people that go, "Oh, and then they put their fingers together and they'll, like, sit, 'cause they but that really is kinda what it is, though, you know?
But we mean the New Age stuff. I mean, is that what you're saying, or are you
No,
talking?
no, like, actually just sitting, like, people will just sit and they'll put their fingers together and they'll start oming.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. So
Kinda like it.
the the New Age part. When I hear New Age, my mind just goes, "Oh goodness, that's woo woo stuff." So it's like, but the meditation is more than that. That's what I've heard before. Because I told you, as we discussed, we already had a discussion about a year ago with my one of my former hosts, and she discussed that and she gave some benefits. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. That show is still on the channel too, so that has some other information that may be just adding to what we're saying here. So that was also pretty detailed. So, but as far as far as go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but go ahead and finish what you're going to say.
No, no, that's totally fine. All I was gonna say that there are, I was gonna continue on that there are a few things to know. And I love the fact that that other episode with the other host is still up. So this way, if there are things that I don't cover, it was possibly covered in the other show, which is great.
Mhm.
And I have heard from people like the woo woo, right? There is a lot of woo woo around yoga and meditation and mindfulness. So, but there are actual benefits and scientifically backed studies that have been done. So I can kind of chat about that a little bit later. But
Okay.
there's a few things to note about meditation. Like it's actually been practiced in cultures all over the world for thousands of years. It's something that's newer in the United States, right? And in our world, basically, but it's been practiced in ancient times for thousands of years. Uh, and believe it or not, almost every religion, including Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, actually have a tradition of using meditation practices. Um, I have a yoga student, like on the same topic here. I have a yoga student that does her rosary bead prayer. She's Catholic, and she said that when she does her rosary bead prayer, it reminds her of meditation. So it's very, very similar. If you've seen mala prayer beads as well from I believe that's from Buddhism. I don't want to say it's the wrong religion, but even those look like rosary beads. So
Oh,
it does definitely have like some traditions that you know are in religion.
so what was that was similar to the rosary beads exactly? I'm sorry, I missed that part. What was that? The
I'm sorry, what that one of my yoga students said that her rosary when she does her rosary bead prayer, like, that makes her think of a meditation, and
right.
that was really anchored in Christianity.
Right. Okay. I thought you said there was something that was similar to the rosary beads. Like there was some
Yes, no, you're correct. They're called mala prayer beads.
oh,
And mala prayer beads are there's 108 beads on the mala, and you usually like you would do it with a mantra, or you take a breath each time you touched one of the beads.
okay. How's that spelled? Is that MALA like it sounds?
Yes, MALA.
Okay. Okay. Here, I'm going to bring up some pictures here. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, I can see how it looks like a rosary. Yes. Um,
Yeah, it does, right? And there's
yeah.
108 beads.
Oh, okay. Okay. And which culture, I'm sorry, which culture is this from exactly?
They're the in the yogic tradition,
Okay.
but I just don't want to. I don't know if it's actually rooted in a religion. They're in India. It's from India.
Okay. So so this is all part of the yoga, specifically yoga itself, and that's yoga is
Okay, so I think it's Hindu.
Hindu. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. All right. Did not. This is something I'd never seen before.
Wow, look
And
at that. You learned something new.
what was the purpose of the 180 beads? Is there a significance for that?
108, it's so that you do the repetition, 108
Oh,
repetitions.
108. Sorry, I said 180.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. And I mean, so but 108. I mean, but what's the significance of 108 then? I mean, is there any why that number? Why not 106? Why not 107? Was there? Am I?
There's actually a lot of answers to that. So, believe it or not, the number 108 has, like, a bunch of meanings across various, like, philosophical and scientific and religious beliefs. Some of them I can go through, there's, like, a whole list of some of them and why. There's, the heart chakra. So if you're familiar with, the chakras, there's, like, 7 chakras that are believed to be the energetic center of our body, and here we go with the woo-woo. See, there's gonna be a lot of woo-woo tonight, Zoom. Get ready. Hold your hat. So there's said to be a total of 108 energy lines converging to form the heart chakra.
Okay.
So, and it's believed that that leads to the crown chakra, and the crown chakra is the top of the head, and that's believed to be our connection to the divine. So that's like the path to self-realization. And when you sit in meditation, the hopeful point at the end is that you become like a meditation master. And once you're a master, you can actually connect to like the other, to the divine.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
that's the 108 energy lines. Then there's also a Sanskrit alphabet. So there's 54 letters in the Sanskrit alphabet, and each has like masculine and feminine. So 54 times 2 is 108. So like one for male, one for female. That's one. Also, I've heard this one about the sun and the earth. The diameter of the sun is 108 times the diameter of the earth. And the distance from the sun to the earth is 108 times the diameter of the sun.
So it kind of sounds like to me like maybe people are trying to find answers. They don't know exactly. Maybe they're just trying to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, maybe someone can comment and give us what they believe it as well. Maybe get another.
Yeah, if somebody knows better than me too, like this was all just research that I did because I started doing the mala prayer beads.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah, I started doing the mala meditation for for a little while. I use like a mantra, and it helps. It really helps to calm the breath because for me, I'm so focused on saying this specific term that it slows down my breath and helps me to tap into my parasympathetic nervous system.
hmm. Now, as far as other controls, ways to control yourself, does it control your ability to like for stress? I guess that would be. It seems like the most obvious one, but I does it?
Yes. So there are a lot of benefits of like psychological, emotional, as well as health benefits and physiological benefits also. So there have been studies done that show that meditation can help lessen symptoms that are related to anxiety, as well as depression and stress. And for some people, it offers sleep benefits. People, after they start meditating, can sleep better. For me, it definitely worked. I came to the practice of yoga personally because I was dealing with horrible anxiety. And I felt like if I didn't do something and change my life, I was gonna end up divorced because my anxiety was affecting my marriage.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was no joke. I was like, I just couldn't calm myself down. I remember I came to a breaking point where I actually had a panic attack. And I had called my mother on the phone and she was like, just go outside and go for a walk. Go into nature. And it worked. I was able to calm down. And what happened was like a few weeks later, I walked into a yoga studio and they were doing a 40-day yoga challenge. So it was 40 days of meditation, yoga, changing your diet, and journaling and like inquiry work. And that a program really changed everything for me. It was like a pivotal moment in my life because that was when I started to become really aware of the way that I was showing up in my life and in my relationships. And through calming myself, basically, I was able to decide whether I was going to respond or react to the things that life threw my way. And at that point, when I was dealing with anxiety, the reason why my marriage was so affected was because whenever my husband and I would have a disagreement or we would even just have a conversation, my anxiety was so elevated that I would immediately become defensive.
Hmm. Oh,
Even if my husband was just giving me like constructive criticism, it wasn't like he was insulting me or anything. I would immediately throw it back at him. The fights were so it was a little bit out of control at that point. But I mean, since then, that was like I think 6 years ago, I found the practice, or 5 years ago, 2017, 18, 19, 20. So like 5 years ago.
hmm.
And then, in 2018, after doing that 40-day yoga challenge, I wound up doing a 28-day yoga challenge after that, and then I went right into my teacher training, and I became a yoga teacher.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's interesting how you like something all of a sudden you have a life-changing event and you can pinpoint it to a specific time. I mean, could you narrow it down to that just taking the walk or the series of walks, I guess, that changed your life like this?
Yeah, it was that pivotal moment, that conversation with my mother, and I was like, I can't live my life this way, because the only thing I feel like the only thing we have the ability to control in our life is our reaction to outside circumstances, right? We can't control other people's reactions to us. We can't control the world around us. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. And I wanted to show up in a different way for my friends, my family, my husband, and my relationship. And I just was not present. And I think that, the mindfulness practice really does give you access to presence. For me, it gave me access to presence.
Hmm. And as far as the benefits, what other benefits did you get any other benefits?
Oh, yes, there are a lot of other benefits. Increased self-awareness, which I definitely experienced from it. Improved emotional well-being. Um, Actually, it offers, which is interesting, for some people, it actually gives them relief from headaches and headache symptoms. And yoga and meditation, it's been shown that it can boost your immune system.
And when you're in yoga, when you're doing this, one of the things I remember is you could, if is it meditation or yoga where you can go into a different state of mind? Like, is that right? Like you can see things. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Maybe that's like transcendate. I can't say that word. Transcendate transcendental meditation.
Okay. Okay. I think that's the former show, the way we did about that. I think that's what was she talked about. I don't remember all the details. Sorry. But, she, it
It's
was
okay.
something about, like if you get to a state and you can actually start to see things. And I think she said she experienced that at one point as well. So, um,
Wow.
have you ever seen I think it deals with meditation where people go into a tube of water where you float in water? Uh,
Yeah, they do, deprivation, sensory deprivation tanks.
is that what it
Mhm.
is? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah, Joe Rogan actually, I don't know if anybody's familiar with his podcast, but Joe Rogan did it years ago. But now they actually have these little pods right here on Staten Island. There's a gym that I was teaching at a few years ago before the pandemic, and a woman who had a wellness center opened up. She had opened up not that long before I started working there, and she had the flotation devices. Yeah, so it's actually the water is the same as your body temperature, so you can't tell like where your skin ends, I think, and where like the pod begins. A very good friend of my husband's did it, and he said he actually kind of freaked out in it. He had to come out.
Let me bring it up here. Is this what they are right here? Is that them?
Yes, there's the pod. Yeah.
Okay. So he freaked out.
Yeah, he freaked out, he had to get out, but he said it was a interesting experience because you can't hear anything, you don't know where you are, so he kinda freaked out, but I think that it's just different for everybody.
Hmm. For me, I honestly, I have a slight ringing in my ears I've had for a long time. So, once in a while the ringing goes away. I'd probably hear the ringing. So I come if it was
Yeah.
that quiet, I'd probably hear the constant little ring. So I wouldn't feel so alone, I guess. I don't know. Is it really that? Is it when they say the expression the silence is deafening? Would you say?
I don't know because I think he had said because I haven't done this myself, so I'm speaking from somebody else, but I think he had said that, he could hear the sounds of the water.
Hmm. Okay. That's interesting.
Mhm.
And so you're saying you yourself, I'm sorry, you said you've never done this yourself then, is that what you said?
No.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. So, yeah, I don't know, I don't know if I don't know, do you see would you recommend this, I guess, is the best phrase, because I'm not sure if I'd wanna try it.
I don't know because 'cause I've never tried it personally, so I can't speak from, like, personal experience.
Okay.
I mean, according to I think Joe Rogan loves it. I think he has one in his house, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, so, okay, so we were talking about that. What else did you wanna add, about that?
Oh, about benefits? Just that, there was studies done, on people who meditated for, like I think it was for over 6-week period, and what they were doing was they were actually using, I think MRIs or CAT scans to look at the amygdala. So I don't know if you're familiar with the amygdala. It's the p Are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think
so the amygdala is the part of the brain that controls our fight or flight response,
okay. I probably not
and after I think a 6 or 12-week period, the people that had a consistent meditation practice, even those that only meditated a few minutes per day, their amygdala actually shrank.
which
So
is that
so
good?
it yeah, so what it is it stops the stress, response in the body because it's that, like, fight or flight response that we have naturally, when we have to get out of like a stressful situation. So theirs was actually smaller, which means that their stress response was less, I guess, reactive. So it helped them to tap into their parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest part of our bodies. So the more that we can tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, the more we can calm ourselves, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh. So and, the stress aspect, so it basically it allows you for more rational thought instead of panicking, would you say? Is that what you're getting at with that?
Yes. Sorry if that was confusing. Yes.
Okay. No, I
So
just
and
didn't
also, like what I was saying with myself, the way that I was reacting to my husband, like, I would immediately react. There was, like, no take a breath, wait a minute, think about what I was gonna say. I would just immediately push back. You know, I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. So when the amygdala shrinks, it gives you the chance to, like, exactly what you're saying. You don't get that stress response. You're not being extremely reactive. You have the ability to calm down and then react to whatever stimuli is coming your way.
oh, okay. And you're still practicing yoga, I assume, right, on a regular basis, is that right? And meditate I'm sorry, would this be I'm getting the 2 confused. Is this yoga or meditation or both? I'm sorry.
Well, so there's actually 8 limbs of yoga, and meditation is one of the limbs of yoga.
Oh, okay. Thank you for
Yeah,
clarifying.
so meditation can be its own practice, or it could be part of yoga as well. And the yoga practice, actually, like the physical asana practice, so the physical practice that we do, it was actually created to help people to be able to sit in meditation for long periods of time to help their body feel comfortable.
Okay. So it and, I as far as the, other things, like you talked about, let me bring up if you have, physical ailments does it help you out as well? I guess that's the question I'm looking to get answered. Is it is it like if you have a pain or something in your body, is it shown to help that? Any kind of different pains?
Yes, it does relieve symptoms of pain issues, and it can possibly lower high blood pressure,
Hmm.
and it can help you to slow down your breathing.
Right, this is breathing. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, there was a oh, I can't remember the name of the show. There was maybe I can bring a picture up of it, but way back in the 70s and 80s, there was a show, and they had a guy come on and doing yoga, and he went into this glass container. He was huge. This guy was huge, and he went into this little tiny cubicle container, and for the entire duration of the show, he was just inside this show, and inside this little thing. Uh, Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring it up. I can't even remember the name of the show. It was a popular show during the time period. Give me 1 second here. Why don't you if there's something else, because I'm going to look this up. It's going to take me a second to look it up. I'm going to drag it off too long trying to look it up. If you have something else you want to add, why don't you go ahead and start talking about the next?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So, there are actually two like main types of meditation. I guess I can chat about that a little bit. There's a concentrative meditation, which is focusing all your attention on a specific thing while tuning out everything that's around you. And then there's also mindfulness meditation, which is more so what I practice is a mindfulness meditation, and that really involves a state of being aware and involved in the present moment and making yourself open, aware, and accepting. And it's really a process of kind of like what I said happened to me with becoming fully present with your thoughts.
Hmm. Okay.
So, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No. I was acknowledging what you said. I just said yes. That's all. So.
Mhm. So for mindfulness meditation, I actually when I sit in a mindfulness meditation, I do something called touch and go. So what you do is you sit either with your eyes closed, if you can comfortably sit with your eyes closed, because for some people, sitting with their eyes closed makes them very uncomfortable and they need to keep their eyes open, and that's totally fine. You can keep like a soft gaze and just concentrate on one spot on the floor or on the wall. And what you do is as thoughts show up, because this is the thing, and this is the fallacy around meditation is that, oh, I have to clear my mind. People say to me, I can't stop thinking. I can't quiet my thoughts. You don't have to. You literally are sitting to be the observer of your thoughts so that you believe that you can disconnect from your thoughts, right? You are not your thoughts, right? Because the mind is a thinking entity. It's made to think. It's always thinking, right? So with this practice of touch and go meditation, you actually see as thoughts show up, you see the thought. Maybe you experience the thought. Like if it's something like grandma's apple pie, maybe you smell the thought, maybe you touch it, taste it, and then you label it thinking, and then come right back to your breath over and over again.
Hmm.
That's it.
And okay. Here I was able to find it. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The perfect time because I just found what I was looking for. Here, give me 1 second here. So, um, okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Too many screens up at one time. Sorry.
No,
Uh,
that's fine. There's also I can just add a few physiological effects that are positive with meditation as well. It could also change they've noticed that there are actually changes in the brainwave patterns of people who meditate consistently.
hmm,
Which is
okay.
interesting.
It was the show That's Incredible. It was you probably I don't know if you ever heard of that show, but it was really
No.
popular back in the 70s and 80s. Look at the image at the top there. If you can see the guy, every time I put my mouse up there, that basically moves it. He's huge, and you can see he's kind of going into this little clear cubicle. Can you see that?
Oh, wow.
And he was using yoga or something to do that. I don't remember. Let me bring up. I don't want to get copyright. Hold on a second here. See if I can find it real quick. But he was. This is the actual show. See, there he is, right there.
Whoa.
I'm bringing the sound down. Oops. Let me go back a second. Let me bring the sound down. Add it down. There he is right there. So, and he was, yeah, he was inside that case for an entire hour, and he was using meditation or yoga, I don't know which, to control his body so he could stay inside this thing. So,
Oh, that's crazy.
I just thought I'd bring that up. It was something I remembered from my childhood, so I wanted to bring that to you just so you could see what it looked like. So,
That's
uh,
so cool.
would you do something like that? I would never do something like that. So,
No, no way. You could not put me in a box for an hour.
I was actually surprised I found it because I had to do a lot of weird searching to bring it up, but I finally got it there. So you can see what I was talking about. Alrighty. So, okay. So anything else you'd like to add to that? What you're saying as far as,
No, no. The only thing I was just gonna talk about was like how somebody can start. If
oh,
somebody wants to start meditation, if you've been interested in a meditation practice, and do feel free. Anybody that's listening, if you want to throw some questions in the comment box, please do feel free. Throw in some questions as they pop up. I'm happy to answer them. But if anybody would like to start a meditation practice, I have a few tips. Just first start slowly. Even just 2 minutes of meditation can help you to feel calm and relaxed if you're in a moment where you feel stressed. Schedule it so it happens. That's the biggest thing with me. If I put something in my planner, it happens. I feel like anytime my friends are like, "Oh, we want to get together," I'm like, "All right, let's put it in the planner right now so it happens," or else it's not going to happen.
and as far as like preparing, is would you require? Do you think it's appropriate to wear certain kinds of clothing, or does it matter as far
No,
as?
I don't think that matters at all. I think that you can even I used to do this when I would commute into the city, into Manhattan. I would sometimes just meditate on the bus on my way in.
Wow, that's interesting. Would you lose your train of thought? Would you go into a? I mean, you were still aware of your surroundings, though, right? As far as what was going around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure how deep of into meditation you would get in there. I would imagine. When you said that, my first thought was maybe you were getting you might miss your stop or something because you're so deep into it.
No, no, never to that point.
I would also be afraid. Like, would you close your eyes? Would you do movements? That's interesting. How would you do that? I mean, with all those people around and the noise and everything. Does
Well,
that,
I always had my phone has lots of music on it, so I would just put in some music, close my eyes, and just kind of drift off there. But I don't meditate for that long. So something that I do that a lot of people like and have told me it helped them is that I set a timer so that my timer will go off. So like I'll only if I'm on the bus, I'll only meditate for like 5 to 10 minutes.
oh, okay.
Just mhm.
That's and this is in New York City. It seems kind of. I would be kind of scared of someone coming up and trying to mug me or something. If I, so I don't know. Is that? But is it safe to do what you're doing in the bus? That's my first thought. Is how safe did you feel? I
Yeah,
obviously
I
you feel
felt
safe enough.
I felt fine because I take an express bus from Staten Island to Manhattan, so they're a little bit more expensive than the traditional bus system. So I do feel safe.
Okay, okay, because it's just when you're on a bus and you say you're meditating, that's really, in my opinion, that's like wow, you're really able to control what you're doing if you're doing it on a bus, regardless, even if it's like a safe bus, all the sounds and noise and people on the bus. I mean, it's just that I would. Did it the first time you did that? Did you feel stressful or anything like with all these people around you just doing it or?
No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay, just did it. Okay, interesting. Okay. So it's next question. I guess, what can you meditate anywhere then? If you do it on a bus, could you do it? Would anywhere be okay, or is there any place you would recommend not to do it? I guess.
Well, yeah, anywhere that you don't feel safe, definitely don't meditate there. Probably not on the subway. I wouldn't be able to do it on a train. Yeah, anywhere that you feel like closing your eyes and kind of getting lost in thought is not safe, then don't do it.
Okay, so if you have a self-driving car, you don't want to be driving the car. Okay.
No, definitely not. Do not do that.
All right. So anything else you'd like to add to this part of the meditation practice?
Just that if anybody wants to start meditating, that they can. Another great thing to do is to just really start slowly, and you can do like you can slowly increase the time. That's something that worked for me. Like for 2 weeks, I did 5 minutes. Then you can add like 2 minutes. The next 2 weeks, do like 7 minutes. And then maybe the next 2 weeks, do like 10 minutes, but definitely gauge it and see how you're feeling. There are also all different ways to like all different types of meditation. And that could help. Like I think that when you're a beginner, when I was a beginner, I loved using guided meditations. There's apps right now that are really great. You could use an app like Calm or Headspace that offers guided meditations. Also, there's a lot of free meditations on YouTube. I actually lead a few meditations on my Instagram account. So if you go there, there are a few guided meditations that I offer.
And when I hear about meditation, the fact you say only a couple minutes, that doesn't seem. I mean, obviously you can explain this. It seems to me like that wouldn't help, but you're saying it does, which is, it seems like 2 minutes would just not be enough time. So, can you explain that exactly how you're able to do it in just 2 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Because all your like meditation is basically just sitting, like I said, and noticing your thoughts. So even honestly, even just doing a few minutes, it's gonna help to calm down your your heart rate. It's gonna slow down your breathing. I have a guided meditation that I actually have a script. If anybody wants me to do it right now, I can lead you right now. And this is like a 6-minute meditation.
Oh, sure. Is it? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'd like to hear this.
Okay, great. So before we even get into the meditation, the most important thing as a meditation teacher for me and for you as a student, I believe, is to set up that meditation seat. So if you can find a comfortable place to sit, if you can bring your hips higher than your knees. So in order for that to happen, if you need to take a meditation pillow, feel free to do that. If you need to if you're sitting in a chair, make sure that your feet are flat on the floor so that you're touching the ground and you feel grounded. And if you can, take your hands and if a chair doesn't work for you, you can do this laying down. You can sit against a wall. Like if you need to be your back against a wall to feel supported, feel free to do that as well.
Okay,
If you want it,
before you go too far, because when I think of yoga, I think of let me show you. I'll bring an image up of what this is what came up when I did a general yoga search before. Let me show you. Oops. 1 second here.
I
Okay.
think that is it safe to assume, Zoom, that when you think of yoga, okay, so there you go. That's a meditation seat, what you're looking at.
Okay.
But now when I talk about practicing yoga, I actually do like an hour-long physical practice. So like it's more like a workout, but this is the yoga seat. Yes.
Okay, so because it sounds different than what you're describing for the 6-minute little demonstration. It's the way you're describing it was different for sure, right?
Yes, because you don't have if for some people it's very uncomfortable to sit like that.
Okay.
So if you can't sit like that, that's okay. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead and if you could just, would you be able to describe that again? I'm sorry. If you could, the seating position. I'm just because I was trying to formulate what you're saying there. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you want to sit like that, what the kids call it crisscross applesauce now, you can feel free to sit that way. If you're sitting that way, feel free to put a block under your butt, basically, so that your hips are higher than your knees. Because it is a little more comfortable to sit that way when your joints are stacked. That's all.
Your hips are higher than your knees. So I'm sitting right now. Let's give you an example. I'm sitting in a regular chair, so it's like an average.
That's fine.
Okay.
So then your hips don't have to be higher than your knees when you're in a chair.
Okay.
So you would just put your feet on the floor if you could. And then usually when you do that, your hips are a little bit higher than your knees.
But sitting in that position, the other position, I mean, where they're laying, with their that looks like their knees are. Let me bring it back. It looks like their knees are higher than their hips and those.
Right. So when you're sitting in that position, there's something called a yoga block. You could sit on a yoga block. You could put a pillow under your seat as well, just to elevate your seat a little bit higher than your knees.
Okay, and that's why it's uncomfortable because people have to push their knees down, I guess. Is that what you're saying? Like
yes. Some people can't sit like that. My husband cannot sit like that.
Okay. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'm not sure, but I do remember taking a physical education class in a college course about 20 years ago, and we didn't do yoga or anything meditation, but I remember they were trying to get us to bend our legs. And I just couldn't get them into weird positions. So most of the women could, but I think I don't think I was in the group that could not do that. So,
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
yeah. Okay. So, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. So put your feet. So if you're sitting down, you said put your feet flat on the floor, correct?
Yep, if you can.
Yeah.
And then take your hands and place them on your knees and just walk your hand, like slide your hands on your thighs up towards your hips so that your shoulders kind of stack over your hips. So you're just sitting up nice and tall.
Okay.
Okay.
And keep your
And if
hands
you can,
on the hips, right? Is that right?
what's that?
Keep the hands keep my hands on my hips.
No, you can keep your hands on your thighs.
Okay.
That's fine. And then if it's comfortable for you, allow your eyes to slip closed.
Okay.
If it's not comfortable for you to close your eyes, you can leave your eyes, like I said, soft, like a soft gaze, and
Okay.
just focus on like a spot in front of you.
Okay.
And now just take a nice deep breath in
All right.
and take a deep breath out.
All right.
Take a long, slow, deep breath in and slowly exhale.
All right.
And just allow any tension to melt away as you gradually relax more and more deeply with each breath.
No, let me ask you, it's relaxing because you told me to have my shoulders upright, correct? Like this.
Drop your shoulders away from your ears.
Okay. Oh,
Let
okay.
go of any tension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a body scan.
Okay.
Okay. So now take another long, slow, deep breath in. And now exhale.
All right.
Take another deep breath in. Take your time. And now let it go. Continue to breathe slowly and gently. Just relax. Now slowly bring your awareness to the top of your head. Sense or begin to imagine a feeling of relaxation beginning to spread down from the top of your scalp. Let the muscles in your forehead and your temples relax. Now allow your eyes to relax. Let your cheeks soften. Release any tension in your jaw. Let go of all tension in your face. Now this peaceful feeling flows down your neck and deep into the muscles in your shoulders, soothing them, releasing them. Breathe. Allow this peaceful feeling to flow through your arms, relaxing and soothing all the way to the tips of your fingers. As your body begins to relax, your mind now begins to relax. Your thoughts become weightless, like wisps of clouds on the breeze. Now the peaceful sensation flows through your chest and your stomach. Feel how this area gently rises and falls as you breathe. Slowly, deeply, soothing and relaxing. Now turn your attention to your back. Feel this relaxing sensation flow all the way down your spine. Now the peaceful feeling flows through your lower body. Relax the back of your thighs, the front of your thighs. Feel these large, strong muscles becoming loose and relaxed. Soothing feelings now flow down through your knees and into your calves. Your shins relax. Your ankles relax. And now your feet relax. Release any tension in your big toes, your second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Your entire body is soft, calm, and relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. One more deep breath in and let it go. When you're ready, slowly begin to deepen your breath. Feel free to drop your head, your chin towards your chest, roll out your neck a little bit, start to bring movement back into your body. And when you feel ready, slowly begin to open your eyes and acclimate back to the space.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Um, a little better, but
Okay. That was not convincing.
I'm not sure if I was relaxing as much as I could. I was trying to focus on what you were saying, so um, I might need a little bit more practice in order to make that work right. So
Perfect. I'll do it anytime you want me to do it, Zoom. I'll talk you through it.
now and as far as I did see partially feel like I was going into a different state a little bit, kind of, but is that right?
Yeah,
Or
I mean, listen, it's everybody's experience is different. I don't think there's any right or wrong.
okay.
I'm
I
happy.
seem
I'm
to
happy.
I seem to get a little disoriented for like losing my balance for a split second there, coming back out of it. So I don't know if that was
Oh, so maybe I took you out of it too quickly?
um maybe possibly it's possible. Yeah. So but but I definitely know something was I wouldn't say it was anything major though. But I tried to follow everything. So I was trying to relax and I was trying to get it to maybe I just wasn't relaxing enough in certain areas. So
Maybe I was just doing it too quickly. Maybe.
awesome. No, it's. I think I just need to. I would have to try it all over, again, and just to get the hang of it before. We don't have to do it again, of course. I'm just saying I'd have to try it again to a few times to get it down. Is what I'm saying. So
Absolutely. I think that we say like it takes about 2 weeks to kind of get used to it. But like anything else, that's why it's a practice. It's not a perfect.
okay.
Mhm.
And how long did it take you? Uh,
To get used to it,
yeah.
I would say probably like a solid month.
Oh, okay. And then the first time you did it, how did you feel?
I don't remember I think the first time was just hard for me to sit
Okay.
because I only did like 5 minutes when I first started. It was just, but it was guided meditation. So just like what I did, like
Mhm.
you're just listening to the voice. It definitely gets easier the more you do it.
I will say this, I noticed the sounds that I wasn't noticing before that were in my around my house. So I could hear that they're still there, but I just was picking up on the sounds that weren't they were more pronounced in it being like that before. So I could hear little droplets outside, which I don't usually hear. So
Mhm.
there's like a little bit of rain moving through, and I noticed the just the ambient noise a little bit more, the ambient sound. So that was definitely something that stood out.
I love that. Mhm.
So now,
Thank you for being willing to give it a shot, Zoom.
yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to try. As far as I told you, I have a little bit of a back issue that comes in every once in a while. I wonder if it would help that too, as far as being able to. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, everyone's condition is different, so simply doing meditation may not really help what I have. Obviously, I need more than that. I would think on a, physically to through a doctor. But I mean, as far as anyone else and their physical issues, how often do people say, I mean, is there like a regular thing where people say, "Oh, yeah, that really helps me," or "No, it didn't help me at all," or is there any kind of statistics on that?
I don't know. That I would have to look up the statistics on that. I don't know.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I can look it up on meditation and physical pain. Okay. Okay, so a small controlled study in 2012, this is a long time ago, found that people who practiced mindfulness were able to reduce pain by 22%.
Hmm, interesting. Okay. Well, all right. Well, it's as far as other people, have you now you say you teach yoga. How I gotta say, actually, I still feel a little like disoriented for some reason. So,
Oh no, do you not want to talk? Do you want me to just keep talking?
no, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just like my balance seems a little off for some reason now. So, I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. What's the average when you teach someone for the first time? You said you teach this. How many people are you teaching at a time, or do you do like remote classes? Do you do in studio? And what is your usual reaction to people when you teach them?
Well, when I teach physical yoga practice, so not like I teach meditation as well, but I don't teach meditation as often as physical yoga.
Okay.
So I do teach in studio as well as virtual. I teach both.
Okay.
And I usually teach, well, in studio right now in New York, they still have like mandates where it's still a less group. So I think there was a point before the pandemic where I would teach up to like 40 people in a class.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, we would get like a lot of people, but now because of the pandemic, I think my boss had to cut the numbers down to I think 12 people in studio at most.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then during the pandemic when we were doing the Zoom classes, there were times where I would get people from different countries I would teach, which was really cool. I was teaching a woman from Africa. It was really cool.
And what was the general reaction? Would people say that they felt something on their first try, or were they what was that?
Not usually the first try, no. I think the first try just feels really awkward. Even when I first started doing yoga itself, the physical practice, I was so confused at first. It definitely took like about 2 or 3 weeks before I actually felt like comfortable with
Okay.
the poses and, what I was doing.
Okay, so okay, then I feel probably about the same then at this point. So,
Yeah, yeah, I had no idea what I was doing the first time.
okay. Well,
Mhm.
that was quite interesting. So, as far did you want to start wrapping everything up for this? Did you have anything else you'd like to add for yoga?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, no, that was it. Really, my idea to end it was to end it with an actual meditation. And that's it. And I recommend that anybody who's starting a meditation practice and who, wants a little bit of evidence or is a little bit of a skeptic like me, if you have an Apple Watch or any kind of a fitness watch that tracks your breath or your heart rate, I'd recommend checking to see what your heart rate is before you start the meditation. And then after the meditation, check it again and see if it changed.
oh, Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
So what does yours change? I assume yours does when you do it.
yes, and I led, I was leading when schools were open, I was leading professional developments in schools where they have, a group of teachers and administrators who have to, do things to help, I guess, advance themselves as teachers. And I was offering a PD, we call it for short, professional development, where we were helping teachers who dealt with a lot of stress and to manage their stress. And this group of like 30 people, a few of them had an Apple Watch, and one woman, her heart rate was, I think, like 80 when we first started, and it dropped substantially by the end of the meditation. People were floored because a lot of people are skeptics, right? So like I'm telling you, I was a skeptic before I started this practice as well. And seeing the actual evidence helps you to kind of see, wow, it does actually do what it says it's going to do.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm not really a skeptic. I don't. I just my concern would be more along the lines: am I going to be able to do it? Is what I'm concerned with. Am I going to be able to do what everyone else is doing, experiencing what they're experiencing? I do believe that there's it's never been. I've never been skeptical of it working. I just was. Am I going to be one of the ones that's going to be like, oh, I'm never going to get this to work right? And is my in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. So
But you know what's interesting? I'm going to call you out on something, Zoom. Do you feel like that's putting like an expectation on it?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, so what would you say to that then? I guess.
I don't know, I would say just sit. Just sit and see what happens.
Okay. All right. Okay. So did you? Okay. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap everything up?
No, thank you for being so willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, sure. It was interesting for sure. I will say that my disoriented. I don't know why, but it gave me a slight dizziness. So not dizziness, just that's not the right word. It's just out of balance experience that I'm still experiencing a little right now, which is really interesting. I'm not sure why. So
It might have been the breathing.
oh, okay, that's a good point. I think
Yeah,
that.
it could have been from the deep breaths. Like,
Hmm.
if you're not used to taking, like, deep breaths like that, that could make you a little bit dizzy.
Okay. All right. And let's see, let's check our question from earlier. Looks like we got 86 votes so far. Do you meditate? 65% with yes. Interesting. 23
Wow.
with no. Next we got 7% with I don't have time for that. And 5% I don't, but I'd like to start. Okay. And just a couple, let me double check this, make sure this is updated. Yeah, just basically yes and a no. So what is that? Hold on, what is that little symbol there? Let's see what he says there. Oh, it's a little hand thing. Okay.
Mhm.
So interesting. Of course, though, we only have, was it 86 votes so far? So that's an awfully lot of people. 86%, 65% out of 86 people saying yes, they do. That's pretty high. What would you say the actual number would actually be around? I mean, as far as on average, like a national average of sorts.
That's a great question, I have no idea.
Because my idea was, I would think it'd be much less, far less. So.
How many people in the country? Let's see. See if there's an actual stat. I would say it would be a lot lower than that, definitely. Maybe like 25%.
Even that high, really? I would think it'd be like maybe at the most 10%. So,
Okay, so in 2017, it said that 14% of American adults
okay.
practice meditation at least once in the last year. So that's not even people with like consistent meditation practices.
Okay. Okay. So, oh, interesting. Okay. And as far as the links that are in the description for you, the people, if they were interested more, they can, which would be the best link again for them to check it out?
Probably my website, because that one will link you to everything.
Okay. So,
It's
yeah.
probably just easiest to just go to the website. Yeah. And then there'll be links on there for Instagram. You can just click right and it'll bring you right into the Instagram page. That'll link you to the YouTube channel. And also, if anybody wants to book a call, if you're interested in learning more about yoga, meditation, or nutrition, we could book a free consultation call and chat.
Okay. And as far as you said worldwide, so anybody in the whole world could basically do this is with you, is what you're saying. Just do an online Zoom call, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Mhm.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody. And thanks Amanda for explaining all that. That was actually very interesting. I I'm still intrigued, and I'm not skeptical, but I'm still wondering if I could, if it's going to work for me if I were to try this on a regular basis. So, but I'm definitely intrigued. And for those who are interested in helping support what we're doing, don't forget we have the affiliate link for NordVPN in the description below. And also Amanda's links are down there as well, so you can check all that out. And if you do get NordVPN, that will help support what we're doing, and we really appreciate that. And thanks for watching.